Welcome to On the Mic with the M.
Auntie,
Today's discussion is what do you want to talk about today?
we can go with people doing too much and not
Oh,
doing enough at all.
girl, that's the damn truth. Oh my God, that is so true. It's like everyone wants everything, but they're doing too goddamn much to really know what they're doing. I think they
Mhm.
in their head. I think in everybody's head there's a vision of I want to be something or
Like an
be
end result,
yeah.
but you're just going and you don't have any real idea on how to attain it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah,
Exactly.
because you got to get your thoughts out of your head. Sometimes you got to write them out, make a plan.
But you know what? People don't even want to do that shit no more. they don't want to
I
write
mean, I
shit out.
don't people most people never wanted to write anything out.
And they
It
want to keep
wasn't
it
it
in their
was because
head.
it's not the easier way. Most of us
Yes.
go for that easier route.
Always.
Yeah,
Always
yeah,
easy.
it's got to be easy. So if I can keep it in my head and get it done like that, and I'm in
Mm-hmm.
the grind and I'm hustling hard, quote
Yeah.
unquote,
Yeah.
but I've been doing the same hustle for 10 years, or I might have even changed the hustle,
Yep.
but I still haven't attained that end result.
And that's so sad though, because in your head you would think at some point, you said 10 years, you would think after
Yeah.
year one, number one, you were like, well, what if I'm doing an evaluation, what am I doing? Is it working?
Mhm.
And a lot of people, like you said, they just go through the motion and go, oh, I take her with this, I take her with that. Well, what if you take her with something that doesn't work?
Exactly.
And you keep doing and wasting time and tinkering
Exactly.
and
Because
tinkering.
technically, just going insane, working yourself to death.
Yes.
Yeah.
For what? For
It's like
what?
the number one thing is like buying a house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like you went to work and
Mm-hmm.
you claim that you're doing everything that you need to do to get this house and you're exhausted, right? You're quote
Exactly.
unquote doing too much, right?
Yes.
At the end of 7 years, you still haven't obtained this house. You ain't done enough. What just
Exactly.
happened here?
Exactly.
Because you made enough money,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got your
True.
credit score to where it was supposed to be at,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't cross the line. We have some savings. Maybe we just didn't have enough savings. Maybe we didn't know how much to save. But either way, when you just are going and going
Mm.
and going without any solid plan,
Yes. Yes.
right? Because
Exactly.
normally, if you have a solid plan, it's a plan that somebody else also looked over, right? So you're not just advising yourself here.
But you know what? People don't even do that. People
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't go to someone who's an expert in that and say, hey, am I, based on what I'm doing right now, am I on the track to doing or getting to where I need to get to?
Right.
Because everybody, well, I check YouTube or I check this
Yeah.
and I
You
check
want to
that.
be self made. Coming
Yes.
in this era where everybody claims to, just I did it by myself type of thing. And I didn't do nothing by myself. Like,
No.
that's to me, that's not it. I don't know who or why you would want to do it by yourself.
It sounds good. It
But to
sounds good on paper
who?
to you to say that I didn't need nobody in this world to get to where I need to get to. I did
Oh,
on my own and blah 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 blah,
no.
which is bullshit because you
Yeah.
needed someone to say I'm going to give you an opportunity. Because
Yes, you
that's the other
did.
thing.
The opening. Mm-hmm.
Unless you are Rockefeller or DuPont or someone who was born in money,
Yeah, born into wealth. Yeah.
someone had to take a chance on you and say, you know what, I'm going to give this person an opportunity to get to where you need to get to. Now, if you're a stupid motherfucker, I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to say that truly,
Mm-hmm.
you'll forget like, oh well, I nobody helped me. But if you go
Mm-hmm.
back, if that one person didn't give you the opportunity to do better, you wouldn't be here. If no
Right.
one gave you an
Right.
opportunity, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So somebody has to give
So
you an
you
opportunity.
never ever do it all by yourself.
No,
And you
never.
didn't come from nothing. You came from
No.
somebody.
Somebody,
Yeah.
something, and someone gave you an opportunity. You may have had the push and the drive to
Yeah,
do
you
it.
got to work hard. And
Yes,
some people's version of hard is harder than others.
very much so.
Right?
Yes.
Like my hard isn't your hard.
No,
Right? My
no,
struggles could not be your struggles and vice versa.
no. And the other thing people always want to do is like, you know what, mine is much harder than yours and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
It's all an interpretation because our struggles here in the U.S., we think it's hard. But can you
Yes.
imagine being in India or Africa?
Yeah, third world
Third
third
world
world
struggle.
struggles.
When you're trying to eat
Yeah.
every day, you're just trying to get
The
clean
basic
water.
struggle is clean water, yeah.
And you,
Where that to us is that concept is foreign to us. Yeah, the
exactly.
very idea that you don't have clean water, drinking water. Like, what?
Yes,
Nah, we got that. That's plentiful.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wants to put their mind on that whole I did it. No, you
Yeah,
have to plan for this.
you
But
do.
nobody really plans. That's with everything. That's with buying a house. That's with
Mm-hmm.
relationships. You
Mm-hmm.
kind of wing it. People are winging it now. I mean,
Hmm.
and everybody's in the same damn pool.
Well, I mean, we could talk about making a plan to buy a house because that's something that's a little more like you can wrap your head around that. But do you actually ever really make a plan when going into a relationship?
No, it just kind of happens. It's really organic. I mean, if you think
Mhm.
about it, you don't go out there and say, you point at a person and say, I want that person to be my wife or I want that person to be my husband.
Mhm.
It's kind of organic. It
Yeah,
starts
looking
with,
for a certain chemistry, a certain bit of
yeah.
attraction, those things that you can't can't quite put your finger on, right?
Yes, yes. It's a look, it's a feel, it's something. And
Mhm.
then once you get it, now you want to say, well, where can we go with this?
Yeah.
But you have to kind of talk to the person, see what's going on, and work from that point. That point. But a lot of people, there's people that are like, you know what? That person looks good. They got a lot of money. First of all, bad mistake. Got a
Mhm.
lot of money, look good, and I'm gonna make this work because they fit a tangible thing.
Okay, that criteria that you set
Yes,
together. Yeah.
but money, as we both know, comes and goes. So if you're looking at somebody who's if your whole thing on a person is if they got money,
Mhm.
that can go today or
Well,
tomorrow.
remember we spoke about the money part a few episodes back, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we spoke about at this age, like
Yes.
keep it 100. It doesn't matter how much money you make, you kind of are spent,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Everybody is spent once you get into the bracket that you're in, you spend
Exactly.
more
Yes, you
and
do.
you spoil yourself a little bit more.
You do.
And so you trying to wiggle your way into this new like what you thought was an excess of money, it
Mm,
never really quite pans out. So it should be something more there
should be.
when, we're approaching these relationships because it's almost like beauty, right?
Yes.
It fades after a while.
It really, really
Either
does.
you have, so much of it that it just doesn't even matter anymore, you know,
Yes.
or it literally, faded out. We broke.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Right? It's
Yes.
only two ways. And so when it comes to that approach, it's like, yeah, no, it's not sustainable.
No.
Right? It's not going to get you to the end.
No, it can't. It just won't. And I
Mhm.
think, this society has really messed a lot of people's minds up because the first thing people think about now is looks and money.
Mhm. Mhm.
And if you go back in the
Both
day,
sides,
both
right? The
sides, both.
women. The women I need for my man to look good,
Yeah,
right? And
exactly.
to have a decent bank account, right? The man
Exactly.
as well, right? He needs
Exactly.
for his woman to look
Yes.
good and expect for her to also have a decent bank account, right?
Exactly. And the
Mhm.
first thing for us, we're gonna definitely you have to look good. I mean, we just superficial
I
like
mean,
that.
yeah.
You gotta look
Yeah.
good. You can't look like no disrespect out here to Precious or people who look like Precious.
Mhm.
But it's the real talk is a dude ain't gonna holler at you if you look like Precious unless you got money.
Okay.
Now if you got money, he gonna holler at you, but it's not even gonna be for her. It's for because she got money.
Right, right.
Just like certain people may
To
not be
kind of
attractive.
use.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
to use her, and then and if she doesn't have a good self esteem, hey, okay, he used me. She knows he's using it for money too, so she's gonna allow that to happen. She's gonna allow herself to take that hit, so to speak,
Okay.
because she
Cuz you're
realized that
enjoying the time being spent.
exactly.
Okay.
So only because I want.
Would you just threw it down somewhere?
You didn't leave at the laundromat, did you? Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, that OPI bag. Uh-uh. That's better.
I don't want you to feel like okay. Like if a woman, unfortunately, is not attractive, and again, beauty is always in the eye of the beholder. But in today's society, you have to look a certain way to basically, for a guy, we're gonna look at you a certain way and expect you. We're gonna approach you if you look that way. But if you got money and look so hot, hey, we'll still approach you because again, we're gonna assume that you need some love. We're gonna assume that you ain't got no self love, so we're gonna holler at you because she may be ugly in a motherfucker, but she got money. She look good. So, we're going to holler at you. And you may have to close my eyes while I have sex with you. I may have to say, oh, Lord, imagine her as Halle Berry or Megan Thee Stallion or somebody. But goddamn it, she got money. Hey, we're some fickle motherfuckers. That's how we are sometimes. I mean, not all of us, but
I'm
quite a few of us.
assuming this is you all when you don't have the bag.
Yes. We got the bag. Sometimes we got to listen. We're gonna have to choke it up a little bit. We got to swallow our pride a little bit and be out here with her. We may have to go out with her tonight. I mean, at night and day, not just night.
Oh, because you do down that hard or down that low.
And she want to show. If she looks like that and she has a low self-esteem, she gonna want to parade you out in the daytime because nobody never expect her to have nobody. But you're like, you know what? It's for the bag. So I can do what I got to do for the bag. God damn it! I gotta hang out with her. I'm gonna kiss her a little bit and hold her and hold her hand. Hey, it's the money. So I gotta do what I gotta do.
How does this end?
Not well. It does not end well.
This is all I'm thinking about. Like, this cannot possibly end well at all.
Oh, no.
We're out in the public, kissing, doing too much.
Because, again, at some point, he's going to get enough out that situation that he'll say, you know what? I've done enough. I've sacrificed. And he gonna drop it like a
and you over here sacrificing. I'm over here getting built up, thinking that this is my new norm. Out holding my hand, rubbing my shoulder,
rubbing your feet.
Wow!
Yeah, you gonna rub your feet. You gonna say, rub your feet, girl, and then you go ahead and put some petals on the bed for you and everything.
Oh yeah, hey, this is gonna go down real bad. Real bad. So this man done put rose petals all on the bed and just dropped me like a bad habit.
In the shape of a heart, too.
Wow. You're doing too much.
He has to because he got to get that bag. So, he just can't half-ass do it. He got to do something that nobody else did.
Okay.
So he's going to put it out there.
And keep on going.
And you're going to put that money going to be nothing. You're going to put that money out there like you're going to open the ATM. Boom, 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 boom. Money just coming out. And then he's going to look one day and say, you know what? I've done enough. I got to go.
I can't keep on rubbing these feet.
No. And he's going to bounce. And you're going to be hurt.
Yes.
You're going to be devastated.
Because you done told me all types of stuff. And first of all, this woman thought y'all was in love.
Yes.
Once them rose petals went into that heart shape, was love.
Girl got some Luther Vandross playing every damn thing. He got all that shit just laid out there. Just damn, that nigga, that boy loved me. He loves me. And his mind's like the bag.
The countdown.
Yep, the bag.
It is counting down. How many days?
Almost there. Just suck it up. Suck it up. You're almost there. But that's the unfortunate thing. That's why money should never be. It goes both ways. Because again, think about it. If a woman look at a guy, he looks like the back of a shoe.
Okay.
But he is loaded. You're gonna sacrifice. You know what? I'm gonna have to go ahead and
this man looked like a back
a worn out shoe,
a
pair of Uggs that you had 3 seasons ago.
Wow.
and
survived the blizzard and too. Wow.
Blizzards, ice storms, everything. And you like, oh my God. To yourself, I'm speaking as for a woman. I'm not sure, but if you look like a back of a shoe, but you know he loaded, you're gonna say, you know what? And you're cute. You're going to say, I'm going to go ahead and go for him.
Okay.
Now, you're not going to go for him. You're going to go for him for the bag. My assumption would be, I may be wrong.
He might be a nice guy.
So you mean to tell me
the back of the shoe.
The back of the shoe with a lot of money.
It might be a nice guy also.
Y'all may look and say, oh, behind all that face and stuff. and aside from the millions and millions of dollars he got, he may be a nice guy. I mean,
he might have a nice personality. Women,
Wow.
I'm trying to say women aren't as shallow as men. Did it
Okay.
hold up? Did it hold
I'm
up?
listening to you. I'm looking at your face. I'm like, you trying to get me to believe this. So I'm gonna go with you. We're gonna go in that other universe that okay,
Mhm.
yes, that you like him for his personality.
But no, I feel you. Yeah, I mean, it is bullshit. It is. It is. Women do make, yeah, women and men make the sacrifice. I'm gonna call it for the sake of a come up,
Yeah.
kind of quote unquote doing what you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had to use this person. Yeah, I've seen it. We've all kind of seen it, and
Yeah.
it never ends well.
No.
I mean, that back of the shoe looking man is gonna be mad. He's gonna be super gross face once this
Oh
goes
God!
down.
Can you imagine?
If
He
he
already
was-
looks bad already. So
Yeah.
now you don't really grind it. They gonna took that face and grind up even more.
Pretty much. Pretty
Oh,
much. It's gonna be a
jeez.
real bad breakup. Talking about an
Oh.
ugly breakup. Yeah.
Oh my
That's
God.
it.
Oh my
That's it.
God.
That's what you've created.
I can see him now. You're gonna leave me. You're gonna leave me. You're like, yeah, it ain't working out. It's not even you. It's me.
It's me.
No. You. I think it's because I look. You're like, no. It's
No.
me.
It's me.
not
I gotta
you.
work on myself. I need some time to myself. That's what you have to say.
Yeah, you have to.
Nobody believes that either.
Hell
though.
no. I'm not gonna believe that bullshit. So you have those two extremes of people who are not based on society's vision or
Mhm.
society's take are not physically attractive,
Right.
but they got money.
Right.
Because imagine the two people who aren't attractive, male, female, with no money.
I mean, now ooh,
Yes.
and this dating pool.
In this dating pool.
Yeah, that's rough.
Imagine Biggie Smalls with no money.
I mean, technically, you can be attractive and with no money, and you get someplace, but you're not gonna get that far.
No.
Hmm.
No. And that I think that right now is kind of the thing that is kind of tainting everything because money in today's world is important.
Yeah.
It's at one point you could look at somebody on the company, you could look at some chick who works at McDonald's, you're like, you know what, she ain't making no money.
Hmm.
But she's cute.
Hmm.
You can probably, I may holler at her because she's
Right.
cute
Right.
back in the day.
Right.
But now you're like, I hope she got IG going on. Maybe she got an OnlyFans going on. I hope she got something else going on than this.
Because this is not enough.
No, this is definitely not enough. Definitely
This is not enough for her. In
Mm-mm.
other words, for
Because-
her to be with me.
No, because again, this is the IG. This is the social media world we live in. Because
Mhm.
you want to show somebody that you want to come up. You want to show somebody that hey, we're doing things. Now we also know.
Oh,
a bunch
that
of
you're
lies.
on your way up.
Yeah, you want to show
Yeah.
that she's cute. She look good. I'm
Uh-huh.
looking good. You wanna
So in
show
other words, the
people-
woman can't just be regular.
not she should be just be good being regular.
Hmm.
But in today's world, regular ain't gonna get you but so far.
Yeah.
And Lord knows you don't have no body. If you just a regular looking chick with nothing, no body, no nothing, no money,
I
and
mean,
no
you
body.
can buy that out of Target. Little butt pads, little push-up bra.
but you, but
like,
you do gotta
come
take it
on.
off. You know,
Yeah,
it's-
but for Instagram's sake, you're good.
Yeah.
You gotta get your angles in order.
Oh, gotta get the angles
Put all
tight.
of your stuff together,
Got
duct
to.
tape it up, and let's go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that is to me is having a bullshit relationship. It's not even a relationship. It's just a situationship.
Hmm.
Because at that point, y'all are two people just in this for what?
Time's sake.
Damn.
We just passing time. We know we're
Oh,
not kind of
Lord.
going nowhere with it, but we are gonna pass a little time.
And what you just said is
Mhm.
the ultimate mistake. Time continues. Time is a continuum. So the time you waste
Hmm.
is precious time that you're losing. Because if let's say I'm gonna say 10 years. Let's say 10 years, you spent your time on the come up and doing all that stuff. And then you were 20. And then you doing all this stuff and doing, you go do all these things. By now you're 30.
Yep.
So at 30, you're going to say, let me reevaluate where I am.
Now you talking about you want to get serious.
Now I want to get serious.
Yeah.
But along the way, you may have met some guys who may not have been where you want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
you
you
were
like,
trying
you
to
don't fit in.
you were trying to do your come up years. Uh-huh.
And now you're 30.
So now you're 30. Yeah. You didn't care about chemistry back then, or if you were really feeling the guy, if a guy really was feeling you. Didn't care, how respectful this one was or how disrespectful that one was. She was just trying to come up.
Trying to come up.
Took whatever you could take.
And now,
Gave away yourself to whoever you
girl,
had to.
you done gave away your GPYs. And
Mhm.
for ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what GPYs are. I call it your good pussy years. And it's just like sand in an hourglass. When you flip it over, you have a certain amount of sand in that hourglass. And when that sand dissipates, so is your good pussy years. So GPYs. So be very careful how you use those good pussy years, because if
How
you
you
use them
spending
wrong,
them?
yes, be very
Mhm.
careful, because it's like brain cells. Because once
Mhm.
they're gone, they're
Mhm.
gone. You
Mhm.
can't go back to, I want to go back and no.
Mhm.
Once they're gone, they're gone. So that's what people feel.
Those
Women,
are quote unquote, when they reference the best years of my life. I gave you the best years of my
there you
life.
go.
Yeah, it used to be that you gave the best years of your life to somebody who poured into you also.
Mm-hmm.
And you literally got the best years of their life also.
Exactly. And it
That's
goes
a
both ways.
difference.
You're right.
Yeah,
There's
it
good dick years and
definitely.
good pussy years. So
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So be careful how you use it.
Yeah, because you don't want to have that conversation and it be one-sided.
Oh.
Because so often it's a one-sided conversation. You did too much and you didn't do enough.
Yes. And we see it a lot.
Like you just gave and you didn't get. Like why'd you do
Why?
that? Like nobody told you that's how the game was played.
No,
They
but you
actually
played it
told you
that
that
way.
that's not how it was played.
But where would you learn that from? If no one taught you that, how do you find it out?
Now somebody taught you that.
See, I bet you. I hope it's not one of your aunties who you can look at her and 50 and like, oh, this is what happens if I do what she did.
Because what you thought you saw and what you thought you was doing was kind of finessing the game and then taking it up a few notches, and you thought you saw your uncle do it like this, and then you thought you saw this on a movie like that, and then you said, you know what, I'm going to just take that up a few notches and then do it like this, and I'm going to just be out here to get what I need for a year or two, and then you thought you was feeling yourself, and then you put yourself back out there. One guy broke your heart or one girl broke your heart, so you was like, I'm going savage out here type of thing. Until, you realize that you by yourself or it's slim pickings for something that's worth what you want, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know, and that's where you were talking about coming with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
You don't plan. It's like you're just floating through and adjusting accordingly, but you're not really looking at the end game. You're playing checkers, still chess with your game.
Yeah.
You're just looking at the next move, not 3 moves down the road, because at some point you need to start to say, what am I ultimately? I want to be happy. And that's what everybody, they want to be happy. But I guess it depends on what does happiness mean to you.
Well, yeah, what does the happiness look like to you?
Yes.
Right? Because sometimes you're looking at somebody else's version of happiness, and that's just not, your version of happiness.
That is so true. Everybody wants to be married. Everybody wants to be, but
or they want a certain type of marriage.
Exactly.
Right? Like you want your marriage to look like mine's, but first of all, you don't have a clue on what my marriage actually looks like.
No.
Right? Or you want it to look like something you've seen on TV, but you don't actually even understand what that dynamic actually truly looks like.
You really don't. And it's just because they think it looks good. That it looks like a TV show and it's perfect. I heard someone say a long time ago, they got married, and they said, my marriage, this was the best day of my life. And I said to them, if this is your best day, it's a wrap. Because if today you first got married, this is your best day, you're only going to go down. If this is your apex, you're just going to go straight down.
Yeah.
So this should be the beginning of better days. It should be getting better every year. It should be like fine wine. It should be getting better.
Because it's something that you're working on.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always changing. We're all changing. We're not bricks. We're not 2 bricks put together and then that's it. No, it changes. I mean, it's like a house. It settles. So, you have to adjust for the settlement. You got to do some changes inside because we all grow. We constantly grow.
None of us are going to stay the same.
No, never.
Yeah, and we have to be mindful of that. That's that growth you have to work on, right? It's like a plant. You got to constantly water it. You got to constantly expose it to the light.
Yes.
You got to take care of it.
You have
constantly.
constantly, every
Yeah, it's not
single
something you
day.
can say, "Oh, I watered it 4 days ago. It's fine."
No, no.
Okay.
It's like, all
Those
right.
leaves certainly are turning brown for a reason then.
Exactly.
Like,
It's
duh.
like, and I'm
Yeah, you're not
surprised.
taking care. Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people nowadays don't understand that. When you
Mm-hmm.
get in relationships, and if you don't really have a plan, first of all, you got to know what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
Each person, you know what makes them happy. And so if you're going there from the physical, that's going to change. If you're going there for, oh, she fine,
Uh-huh.
well,
For the
fine,
physical look.
that's going to
Uh-huh.
change.
Yeah.
So you have to
Or
get
for
to,
the male, you going because he fine.
and that's going to change. That pretty
Yeah.
soon, that Bama going to have a bald head,
Yeah.
a pop belly, and
Or if he too fine, he's too attractive, right? Like too many people want him.
if
And
he,
vice versa.
yeah, if he's wearing your makeup, it's probably a
Yeah.
problem.
Or that. He's too
Yep.
he went to the extreme on that, but pretty much.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to like
It
look
has
and
to be
say,
something so much more.
got to be more.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's into the money. Everybody's into those
The money
things.
is important though, right?
It is. And you got to have some. Well, I guess for me, more than the money is what's your motivation?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do with your life?
Mm-hmm.
If you're just looking for somebody to go on the come up, then what are you going to do when you get there? When you say, "Oh, I'm going to come up," and I get to that level, and then what happens then? Do you say,
Well, when I referenced the money is important, I didn't mean for somebody else's come.
Because think about it, if I'm a guy and I'm looking at you like I'm gonna use it for a come up.
Okay.
So me as a guy shouldn't be like, oh, I'm gonna use it for a come up.
Mm-hmm.
I should have a bigger plan than just using you for
I
a
mean,
come
the
up.
very idea that you're trying to come up on a woman or
That's pretty damn
on a
bad.
relationship, yeah, like come on, you're
I'm
destroying the
my
dating
God.
pool,
I'm gonna say
destroying it.
If you're a sucker who's using a woman for a goddamn come up, you should really evaluate your manhood. You should really evaluate who the hell you are.
I mean, most of them aren't. They're just gonna keep on moving.
Damn.
That's the whole idea of a come up, right? You just don't look bad.
But at what point do you say, hey, I'm tired of playing this game.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get serious. Because again, originally it's a game. For everybody's a game.
Right.
But at some point you want to grow. You want to say, you know what? I'm tired of this. I want to do something different. And if you never do that, you'll end up being 55, 60 years old and still coming up, still trying to get over. And my thing, that's pretty goddamn
you
sad.
just adopted that lifestyle.
Oh.
Of getting over on people.
Damn.
Right?
Yes.
It stops from trying to quote unquote come up to just a point where you're just a taker. You're just trying to get over.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's bad. And that again is peeing in that pool. And that's what's happening. People are peeing all in the same damn pool and expecting that water to be clean. It's not clean anymore.
No, the dating pool is totally swampy.
It's like
the fish are all mutated.
Exactly. You fall in the water, you can't see shit because it's so muddy
and murky.
And then you're like, I can't find nobody here. Well, you're all in the same water, but you just have pissed in the pool so much that the water is now stained.
Yeah, no, it's plenty of people there. You've just kind of tainted them already. Oh. Yeah, and then you threw them back in the ocean and said they weren't any good. But they weren't good. They're no good because of the things that we've done to each other.
Done to each other.
Yeah, it's a male and female situation out here. The census is in. I just have to put it out there. Like, we're both really just wrecking each other up. Last episode that we did, when we spoke about the woman's roles in the household and the women going back into traditional settings.
Yes.
We met maybe on a Monday, and I think by Wednesday, met with a few clients. Maybe it was even Thursday. And had an older woman come in, and she had mentioned her granddaughter.
Mm-hmm.
And she had said, my granddaughter's at home with her new baby,
Okay.
New wife. Mm-hmm. And the hubby is back at work.
Mm-hmm.
And the husband and her got into a little tiff, right? He comes home, baby's so cute, house is so messy, and there's no food smell in the air.
Oh. Okay.
Now, I just kind of went the wool for my ladies, right, on that one, right? I think I
Uh-huh.
screamed out the fact that I was even a chef, right? I'm gonna say it twice, right? I'm gonna get carried away. Um, but yeah, Grandma said I had to look at baby girl and basically tell her, I know you because I used to kind of live with you, and you're lazy.
Oh, she went
Yeah.
there?
I mean, that's a good grandma.
Yes.
Yeah, she had to go there, and they kind of stay there. Like
Yes.
they're nice, but they're
Mhm.
not gonna tell you any lies. Lies don't help.
No.
Like I'm not here to, baby girl. I need to make you into a whole proper adult, so you can take care of your baby and take care of me eventually.
There you go.
And yeah, she told her you're lazy, and that
Wow.
what you did. That's not it. You can't let the time escape you like that. You let the whole day
No.
go by, and you didn't rattle any pans.
Wow. And he's working, and he's the only one working and taking care of
Yeah, and
everything?
perhaps he's working, but maybe you have some residual money coming in, right?
Okay.
Because you're on leave, maybe.
Yeah.
But does that even matter?
No.
Like you,
No,
you-
it shouldn't.
I mean, your body does go through a point after having a child where you kind of just need to rest.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But then that's done.
That's true. And you have to
You gotta
adjust
get
your
up.
life accordingly.
You do.
You have
And
to.
get up in that kitchen and rattle those pans and clean up behind yourself. Because technically, I think that was the only one there to make the mess. The newborn baby can't make the mess.
It makes its own mess, but it does not make that type of mess. Yes.
Mhm. And so to follow that up, the person right after her
Mm-hmm.
came in, and just kind of leaned in as we normally do.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of rattled the same type of story. And he loves this woman and, nice girl, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, she doesn't do much in the house either.
God
Put
damn.
your arms down, Mackenzie.
The producer is like, what the hell? The producer is kind of throwing his hand up like, what? And I'm doing like this too. What? So
I'm embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Okay.
Because you had to hear it.
Because I thought we were doing better.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I want us to do better. I
Yes.
don't understand why nobody wants to cook. Where are y'all eating at? I don't get it.
Here's the thing. For some reason, I don't know where, but some reason they're like, oh, I'm taking care of the baby. My whole day is full. I got, the baby's crying and blah, 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 blah. But you have to understand, the grandmothers, the great-grandmothers all had the same issue.
Yeah.
But they were able to take care of the kids.
Yeah.
And they had multiple kids. They didn't have
Yeah.
like one. They
Because
had,
they knew how to ignore babies and children.
and,
Sometimes, you can't have the baby, I can't do nothing because the baby keep crying. What else do the baby do other than cry and sleep? Yeah.
cry.
So
eat, and shit.
sometimes you got to brown that meat while the baby crying. I don't know what to tell you. Got to dice them onions. Yeah, you got to have a little self-soothing moment for the baby and get what needs to be done. The baby ain't going to do nothing other than lay there and cry. If the baby cry for 1 minute or 10 minutes, the baby is fine.
Yes.
You have plenty of time throughout the day to start that meal. And generally speaking, you're supposed to start the meal when you first wake up in the morning so that you're done by like 12. So that you ain't got nothing else to do for the rest of the day other than sit there with the baby. That's normally
true.
how you cook dinner. When you ain't going to work.
And you ain't going.
Who starts to work dinner at late? Like, girl, you don't get those pans in order in the morning. Stop playing, get them kids some cereal while you starting on dinner.
And see, that's where the guys, because again, we know it's a lot of work. We know raising kids is a lot. But at least can you throw some beans in a pot?
Yes. Yeah.
Can you do that? It's something I can eat on. Because
Yeah.
if I come home at 6 o'clock and there's nothing,
Yeah, the thing I think that kills the men is when they open up the door, right? And they throw your nose up in the air and you don't even smell before they can even say it out loud, they're crushed.
yes,
You didn't they make them stutter. You didn't cook nothing.
because in his head he's
It
like,
crushes them.
"What the hell you been doing all day?"
Yeah, and
can
the
you
fact
baby?
that they have to say it out loud, I think, yeah.
And we don't.
Yeah.
We really don't. We
Yeah.
really like, okay, this is common sense.
Yeah.
I didn't eat all damn day because I got to watch my goddamn money because I can't go out there just buy because the baby is expensive. Taking care of the house is expensive. We're on a fixed income.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would at least think you would at least cook some. spaghetti.
Yeah,
Or
some
beans or
basics.
something.
The most frustrating thing, and I have a couple of friends who are married or were married recently, who had wives who had these same issues, didn't want to cook but were staying at home with the kids, and one of them articulated it, I think, the best I've ever heard it. With technology the way it is now, there's no way you can tell me you couldn't put something on.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
can buy crock pots nowadays
Yeah.
where
Yes.
you can just throw frozen food and
I
all
mean,
the loose you can throw loose
That's not how you
ingredients
use
in a
crock
pot
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and be done and cook.
Yes.
And that's just it. And that's a meal.
That's a meal.
Don't half
Exactly.
step it though.
That's a meal.
He's like, I wouldn't. He's like, I'm not a guy
Said
who
do
needs.
something other than nothing now.
Put a little
Exactly.
side, put a little side, little rice. That's a meal.
He's like, he said, if she sat there and said, "Oh, I'm gonna just put like big taco," he said, legitimately, I'd have been fine for a week.
Yeah.
He's like, all she did was just brown a crap ton of meat and just said, "Hey, here's some taco meat. I'd have made rice today, and we got tortillas for tomorrow.
Casserole.
And we can make it in a casserole." Like, he's like, you can do one thing, make one particular ingredient, and stretch it throughout the entire week. You can make taco meat on Monday, make eggs, casserole, burritos, tacos. I can just eat it as
didn't
is.
want to.
There's
That's what y'all
option.
saying.
That's what he's like. In essence, he felt like, and that he's divorced now, but he's like, that was one of the reasons why he got divorced, because she said to him that I spend the whole day taking care of your kids while you go out and you don't spend time with them. He's like, I can't, because if we're both home, who works, right? If I'm home and you're home, no one's working, therefore no money comes in. But you couldn't tell me that you couldn't spend 5 minutes putting some meat in a crock pot. Spending 10, 15 minutes of your day just taking chicken to unthaw, and then another 20, 30 minutes throughout the day to just put it in the oven and bake it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because there's so many easy ways to make meals, the fact that you couldn't do it just shows a lack of respect. You have no respect for me. And that was the one he kept harping. He's like, I felt like she had no respect for what I put in. Because if I can go out here and I can be in the military and I can sit here and go through underways and be there 10, 12, 14 hours a day doing stuff. You couldn't tell me in that 10 to 14 hours I've been out the house, you couldn't find 1 hour to put something together.
Yeah, that's bad.
Once he put in that work.
Yes.
Piggybacking
That
off of
works.
what Malcolm said, how could you not even make him a sandwich for lunch? You
Yeah.
can't put no lunch together?
Yeah.
Well, hey, and
See,
that's
Because
crazy.
you know money tight.
What's
You know money
crazy
tight.
is that you put a baby or two inside of the girl who refused to make you a
A
sandwich.
sandwich. At the bare
That's
minimum,
the
a
big
sandwich.
That's a
right there.
big goddamn problem.
Wow.
That's a big
Yeah.
issue.
Wow. Yeah.
Was-
no,
Was she
that's
making
a problem.
sandwiches before?
No.
Or she?
I
Oh,
don't think so.
oh, this is from
Obviously
the
not.
beginning.
For him, I never asked, but as he said, even if that's not something you did before, right? When you get married, there's things that change. When you have kids, things change. He's like, so if I'm expected to make sure that the house bills are paid, if I'm expected to make sure that when I come home I help with the kids, and you're telling me that in the 14 hours I was gone to work, all those 14 hours you were just sitting there with the kids, there's no possible way. You have designated nap times where they sleep for 2 hours. So what did you do for those 2 hours?
More than that.
I took a nap. But you could have made something in the first hour and then had an hour nap. In the first 30 minutes and had an hour 30 minutes.
Yeah, at that point, you just realized that person didn't want to.
They did
Yeah,
not want
you
to.
just didn't want to, because that also kind of goes back to the roles and responsibilities within the relationship. Have we defined those, right?
Mhm.
And it sounds like in that situation specifically, I think that was definitely defined. As ma'am, you need to be preparing these meals,
Yes.
certainly as somebody who's not an income winner, and the kids is not your only job in this house. How does the kids, like, that's all you had to do was take care of the children?
No, and that's BS.
Yeah, what are you feeding the children?
Exactly. And if they're little, okay, it says they're infants, so you know it's just formula or breast milk or however you feed them. So how much work does it take to?
No, but
do
then
that?
you have to feed yourself.
Well, yeah,
See,
well,
because
you're
if
eating
you're
something.
nursing, then you have to eat
That's true.
like solid meals.
that
Like
is very true.
I might as well be a football player. Now I'm eating all the way good because I'm nursing and you're taking the life out of me. So what are you consuming?
And what are you consuming that you can't double that so he can have something to eat when he get home? What the hell? I mean,
She made herself a sandwich.
and oh, you know what? Forget him because I'm taking this baby, which is truly bullshit to me. Because when I hear that, I know personally from personal experience when my wife and I had our son, she didn't work. She didn't work for the first couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So she would get up, fix my lunch,
Yeah.
and I go to work. I work, in DC, and then when I came home, food was cooked. I
Yes.
could smell the food coming through the door.
And always, yeah. Come
in
on
fact,
in.
the house clean,
Yes.
house clean,
Hey, baby.
kid clean, everybody clean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody clean.
Because why wouldn't it be? What have you been doing or
Exactly. So there is
Sitting
no
there?
goddamn excuse why
just
you can't.
Instagramming it? Oh, they're on Instagram all day.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Is that what
okay.
normally happens?
So
Oh, because you can veg out on there for 8, 12, 14 hours straight. Yeah. Yeah. No, you do. She ordered a pizza. Yeah. Or made herself a sandwich. Yeah. She
Oh,
made a
okay.
and he was in the military. She was like, oh, hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, all of it.
yeah, his money.
All of it.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
If you got one income, you're on a fixed income.
Well, that's what was going on. And if it's not fixed, it's not the same, right? Like your maternity leave income, sometimes it's not the same as your regular pay.
True.
So you're kind of shaking the household up a little bit. And remember, when you're bringing in young children, you're also shaking up your expenses, right?
Yes,
You're
you are.
adding things to the budget that weren't originally there. And so you're definitely trying to curb where you can,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It just makes sense.
Yeah. You can't eat out every night.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you could eat out every night or couldn't. It doesn't taste that good for that long.
No.
At some point, you're like, this food is subpar.
Yes. Yes. But that, and then wondering why at that point the guy, he don't come home no more. Why?
Oh, yeah.
He don't.
Oh,
Come,
yeah.
He don't come home directly home. He used to come directly
Yeah.
home.
No, you coming straight home to my house. Yeah, no. I'm a rattle them pants, baby. I'm rattling them.
You
You
like, I
gotta
ain't gonna-
rush.
See.
That cornbread ready.
See?
Let's go.
See,
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
it's almost like you got to retrain them. It's almost like you got to have a class.
Apparently.
Okay, for all y'all damn women who are home,
Apparently.
look at this parenting class.
Yeah.
Not that fluff shit you see on TV.
No,
let me
you
show
were supposed to like make all your meats on Sunday type of thing, so you didn't have to work so hard throughout the week.
Yes.
So yeah, you just rattle up your sides during the weekday so your food is fresh.
Yes.
Finish baking whatever meats you have inside the refrigerator, so it's fresh, right?
Yes.
So you can
Yes.
still provide for your family because you too now have to go out and work. So we don't really have many excuses from where I'm from. I don't know.
But it's happening. It's
I
happening
mean,
all
it's-
over every day.
It sounds like people need to get beat. That's what grandmothers need to start beating women. I don't know what else to say. Some girls didn't. I don't know. Let us not have taken the meat out of the freezer
Oh.
in the morning and then come home and not cook it in the afternoon. In the afternoon, because certainly you ain't starting dinner in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen to us? We would have got beat.
You're going to definitely get beat.
Everybody in the house starving because you didn't cook.
Oh no,
Bye.
that ain't gonna happen. And
Bye.
the other thing that's happening that we ain't talking about is some women don't even bathe.
I'm done.
I'm
I
glad
didn't
you
wanna-
home so you can watch the baby while I go and take a shower. My question is, what the fuck were you doing when the baby was asleep? You couldn't go in and take a whole a whole shower, something, wipe up a little bit at the sink, but you had to wait till I got home to take a shower.
There's never been anything that I couldn't do while the baby was there. That's just me. This is getting weird now. This is getting weird.
It's just
now.
like it looked like it's like, what the hell did you do all that? You didn't cook.
Didn't
didn't
cook,
take a shower.
Didn't take a shower.
The house is dirty. What the hell you do all
They
day?
watched
But
the
then you're
baby,
tired.
literally.
Yeah,
Staring at
I'm
the
tired.
baby all day long.
Tired
Yeah,
doing what?
tired of doing nothing.
I'm tired too.
Yeah.
I'm tired of going to work with no damn lunch. I'm
Mhm.
tired of coming home with no damn dinner. I'm tired of you looking disheveled. Just looking bad. I'm tired of this shit too. Can we both tired. Can we both sit here and agree we both are tired of a lot of goddamn shit? I'm done. So
I don't want y'all to
work
be
this-
tired like this no more. We're gonna do better.
Because then what's gonna happen? He said, you know what? Well, I'm going home. Because I know what's gonna happen at home. No food. She's gonna look bad. So now I'm gonna go after work. Now I'm gonna go with the co-workers. I'm gonna go eat somewhere else. And then when I come home, I ain't fixing. Don't even worry about it. Huh? I already ate. You don't never cook anyway. Now you on your film. What? Why you eat? Why you didn't wait to come home? Why? Look around. Is anything heated? Is anything burning? Is anything bubbling? Is
But
anything?
these be the women y'all be choosing now. Let me keep circling back to that.
Choose and have a baby bound.
Yeah, and not just one baby. They have like 2 or 3.
And shocked. I can't
Yeah.
believe she don't cook. Food she never cooked before. When did you ever see her
She
warm
never
water?
cooked.
When you ever see her bubbling water?
Wow.
Cook an
Boil
egg.
it. Hey, yeah.
So now you're surprised. I can't believe she showed you that.
Yes.
If you said, babe, cook me dinner, I can't cook. There's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
These are old.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, have a picnic. Have a picnic.
if she comes there, everything's from Popeyes to KFC, you know there's a problem.
Straight up.
Or you know, my mama cooked the eggs. Or my mama did the mac and cheese. Well, what did you do? I
Yeah.
bought it.
Yeah.
You bought it. I
Yeah.
bought the ingredients.
See, it's ways to test, each other out here.
Yes.
And the question is, are we actually taking the time to properly vet each other before we get into the bed? Because the bed has all types of consequences once you come about it. I mean, you all
that's true.
entangled.
That's true.
You might have left something inside of her. Talking about, that's not mine. No, it is yours, bro, man. Like,
That's true.
damn.
That is very true.
And I didn't trap you. No, that wasn't a trap.
No.
Yeah.
But that's what's missing. It's like a whole lot of conversation is not happening at all.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't brought up right. I'm just gonna say a lot of them had piss poor ass parenting.
The males and the females.
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Because, everybody's kind of coming out of these situations or being the products of all of these
Yep.
situations that's just kind of been occurring in, I'm going to call it life in America.
Yep.
Right? Because
Yes.
it's pretty much, as a result of living, in the lifestyle that we live in, the society that we're in.
Exactly.
Because of the country we're in.
Exactly.
So everybody in the pool is kind of jacked up, and then you go and blame their mama or their daddy, and then they'll blame their mama or daddy, and then you'll be like, well, I was just doomed from the beginning from messing around with this joke. I said, well, I'll be dead. I mean, sometimes you get into bed with these people, the girl's belly will be popped, and you've not even really seen anybody pass like an auntie or a mom or a cousin.
Mhm.
You didn't even really get to know the family.
Mm-mm.
You don't
Nope.
know what's going on in this family.
No. All you gotta do is meet them. All you
Yeah.
gotta do is, if you get that serious, it's time to meet everybody.
Yes.
So you can understand the dynamics.
Yeah,
Because
again, you've allowed someone to enter into your body, but it's not that serious.
Mhm. And it happens all the time.
Somehow.
It happens all the time. And so a lot of people that's just part of it. That's part of the dating game. If I don't get it early, then I'm gonna bounce anyway. So you expect to get it.
And then it's the early part.
early.
So we don't even really get to know each other. Yeah, we gotta feel each other out being connected to each other.
You would think so.
Ew.
But they don't. And then when the situation gets to a point where you mess around, have a baby by her, and now you're like, oh, well, I didn't know she was like that. Well,
Yeah, we know you didn't know she was like that. You didn't know her.
You didn't. You
Yeah.
know. And now you want to blame her. But no,
Mhm.
blame yourself.
Some
Everybody needs to be
self-accountability.
responsibility. Be accountable and responsible and take ownership of
Yep.
your shit. Because you were brought up in a dysfunctional situation doesn't mean you have to live your life dysfunctionally.
Yeah.
And-
You
and-
know you had piss poor parenting, but yet you don't reference anything else as far as the proper parenting.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, if you were brought up in a dysfunctional relationship, you have relatives
Mm-hmm.
that they were married, they
Mm-hmm.
had kids, they stayed together, the kids functional and all that. To me, you know it's more to it than that. But at least you have a vision of someone
Right.
who they stuck together, they raised the kids raised. You know, you have the house, and you look at your house where
Yeah.
it's just your mama, you know, or your daddy, depending on the situation, and you know you're just surviving
Right.
because you know what they go through.
You wouldn't even have a proper conversation with that other couple for so many people.
No,
And it's like, that's a reference point.
you need to, but you want to know. Well, you know what? I don't need to learn from them because you know I can stop.
I'm
on
going to do
right
it on
there.
my own.
Stop-
Right
stop-
back to
stop at
doing
that
it on
point. Your
your
mama
own.
raised you as best she could. Your mama was your mama and your daddy. Your daddy raised you. He was your mama and your daddy. If it's one parent, they're just trying to survive. They're
Mhm.
just trying to
That's
give
a lot of
you
pressure.
a lot.
Mhm.
And you're trying to tell, and you're only going to get their view when they're able to give you a view. Because normally they out there hustling.
Yep. On
So,
that hustle and
you know,
bustle,
they-
moving and grooving. Ain't got no real time to let their hair down
No.
and have a decent conversation or
They
just be
don't.
real or just kind of to parent.
To
Right?
parent. You don't
Because
have
I'm
time.
I'm the hustler.
You have to
Yeah,
hustle.
but a hustler is not a parent.
No.
You have to take that off also.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people
And
don't
the-
understand that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter why you're doing it.
Yep.
That is a disconnect.
A
As
big
far as-
disconnect.
Yeah, you parenting and me seeing my mother or my father hustling day to day. I see it,
Yes.
but
Every
I
day.
don't really know them
No. You-
because they so busy in the grind.
And they have to.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to you have to decide the person that you sleep with and have a baby by if they're responsible enough. You know they're responsible. You would know where they are if you took some time to learn.
Yeah.
And if you took time to learn yourself, you would make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, a lot of people they were born in situations, you know, they lived through it, they survived the situation. So now they get out there like, okay, I gotta find something to love. Because if you really think about it, a lot of people go out there search for people because they are searching for love. Their parents did what they could do if they were hustlers. But the love to them is like, hey, you got food, roof over your head, food in your mouth,
Mm-hmm.
clothes in your back.
Right. That parenting love.
Hey,
They miss that part of it.
and don't fuck up in school.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I miss work to go to school because you fucked up, then it's gonna be a
I got you
problem.
to adulthood.
There you go.
Yeah, I
Ne-
got you to 18.
There you go.
Yeah. And there
if
was
the-
so much pressure there
Yeah.
that's the most I could do. That's all I could give.
Exactly. And God forbid if you had a parent that would blame the missing parent for every damn thing. If your father wasn't a bum, your mama wasn't so trifling, then you had to hear that. You got to hear that shit over and over again. If you like,
That'll
"God
ruin
damn, I
you.
can't. Yes, I can't
That'll
wait."
ruin you.
And then kids can't wait
Because-
to leave. Kids, I
yeah.
can't wait to fuck out of
Yeah.
here because I want to hear that shit every day. about
Yeah,
how loud
just
my
because
mama
I
and
don't
daddy
want to
is.
hear that phrase. I'm tired of you talking to me about my daddy.
I know he
Yeah.
ain't here.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
damn it, I ain't blind. I ain't Stevie Wonder. I see that motherfucker ain't here. So okay, yeah, okay. So can you help me to just be a better person? Can you just give me what I need to be able to function rather than have
Can
this?
you add something to the energy, to the positive
Yes.
energy, as opposed to taking away from the positive? Because even if the energy is just neutral in the space,
Mhm.
you've added negativity to
Oh,
a
God,
child's energy space
Yes, you
that
did.
didn't have to be there.
No,
Didn't
kids
have
are
to
not
be
stupid.
there. Like, hey, you know what? Money is tight, and I ain't gonna be able to do it. You ain't gonna be able to go there. You don't got to mention why. The fact that your father didn't do X, Y, and Z. So whatever, you can't do it. Whatever.
Simple.
Yeah.
Can't do it, and you move
Yeah,
on.
they pissed off either way because they can't go. Doesn't really matter why I can't go or why.
Exactly.
You know, that part doesn't matter to a child.
No, you
The
just know I
fact that
can't
there's
go.
disappointment, that they have to deal with, and they need to deal with disappointment.
And what happens is what people don't realize, disappointment keeps adding on top of disappointment, adds on top of disappointment.
Yeah, you
so
keep
it's
it
not
going.
one big issue. It becomes a bunch of little issues that's a
Mhm.
crepe. You keep adding on top, and all of a sudden now you're like, God damn, I got a cake. Well, it's
Mhm.
a crepe because those are all the issues. Kid don't know what to do with that because he can't talk to you because all you're gonna do is like, I'm here taking care of you.
Mhm.
And you're like, I don't want to hear that because I hear all the time about how
Now I
lousy-
gotta hear about your issues, Mom.
all the goddamn time. And
Yeah.
now I'm like, I got to get the hell out of here. So now when you do get of age, you can get out. Now you're just trying to search for somebody to share your
Like
life
you got
with.
shelled out too quickly.
You gotta
Yeah,
get
with
out.
not enough.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you gave all you gave me is anger, regret, and disappointment. That's all you gave me. So I'm gonna take that shit, and I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here because
But
I'm
you're still
ti-
carrying that.
I'm carrying it. It's
Mhm.
baggage. So now I'm looking for somebody out there, and I'm searching for somebody. So I may not look and say, you know what, she may be the perfect person for me. I don't really care. She loves me.
You
for
just
me.
know you want to put your heart into somebody. Okay.
Can you just love me for who I am?
Mhm.
And if someone says, I love you, oh God, you love me with no condition. Because I didn't have to hear the flip side of that. I didn't have to hear all the other stuff that go along with it.
The
so
stuff
you
that
don't
I was so conditioned and programmed to
dipped
hearing.
into it. You was dipped into it all the time that you're covered. It's like Chrome back in the day. You should dip Chrome.
So now you're saying I'm just prone to just wanting to hear anybody's goodness.
Anybody's goodness. That's why you like, why the hell is this girl with this guy? Or why? People ultimately want to be loved unconditionally.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not loved unconditionally at home, you're going to find someone that's going to love you that you think unconditionally,
Right.
but it's with a condition. But you're so.
But it's not the condition that you are running away from. And so
Yes.
since you got away from that condition
Mhm,
and it no longer exists in this relationship,
mhm.
to you and your green self, you think that this is the best thing since sliced bread. Yeah.
Exactly. And then think about it, if you have a whole bunch of people that are around you in that same situation that you came up in,
Yeah.
you're both all injured people together. You're all
Mhm.
scarred, broken, shattered people together.
Giving each other the yes, thumbs up, this is okay, that feels good to you, it feels good to me, this is what we should be doing type of thing.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's who you're going to go to. You want to go to the person who had a mother and father or a functional unit because you don't want to hear what they're going to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to tell you what, and they don't understand it because why? They were in a functional unit.
Yeah.
Like I said, so you brought it up in a functional unit. For us, we're like, it's foreign to us because
Mhm.
you were brought up by your parents. I was raised by my grandparents. So I saw functional people. I saw people who worked as a unit to do what they need to do. It wasn't a point of, well, that's your job or that's that person's job. If things had to be done, you had to handle it. You had to do what you need to do. And if something had to be done for you, your parents are going to say, hey, one of us is going to handle it. Or we're
Yeah.
going to get someone
It's
to
going to
handle it.
get done. Yeah.
So you weren't worried about, how am I going to get to this place? You knew you were going to get there. Either your mom or your dad are going to do it. Or if they couldn't do it, they're going to find someone
Yeah.
within
Those
that tight
two
unit.
heads were always together. Mhm.
Exactly. So you didn't have that. You were missing that. So when people don't have that, and they don't even know how that feels. So when
Mhm.
someone makes them feel good or touch a part of them that makes them like it's never been touched before, that vulnerability, that unconditional love, that's why you're like, why would somebody do that? Why would you let somebody do that to you? But they were missing that early. No one never gave them that.
Yeah.
So for someone, even as poor, pitiful that they are, they gave it to them.
Yeah.
They took that as, oh my God, that's love. And they take it as unconditional.
Because it
love.
did fill them in the way that they needed to be filled
Yes.
for that moment.
As you said in a previous
Yeah.
podcast, somebody's gonna feel you.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
if you don't get filled at home, somebody's gonna feel you.
Somebody's going to fill that vessel.
And these poor people out here now, it's like you got a whole bunch of people just trying to find something, but what they're doing is they're causing more chaos, confusion than anything because they're searching, but they're not really thinking and reacting to things. They're not fully thinking things through,
Mhm.
and then you're up in a shitty situation where you're like, oh my God, I got kids, and I got this situation, or my mama never taught me how to cook. I was so busy doing ramen noodles, or she bringing home McDonald's or some shit like that. So she never taught me how to cook because she never cooked. She had time to cook. He or she never had time to cook or show me how to cook.
You see my face?
Yes.
I mean, because I don't, in the world, new age women,
Mhm.
right, who can say, my mama didn't teach me how to cook. You done
Mhm.
learned everything under the sun from YouTube. You done beat
Yes.
your best face on YouTube. You done got
Mhm.
all your hair tricks. Yeah, you done got your frontal slayed. You done took them from out of the beauty shop to your own bathroom and said, I got this.
Exactly.
You done turned into a kitchen beautician yourself. You've turned into everything
Mhm.
from YouTube that you wanted to turn into. For some reason, you couldn't put chicken in the search bar
No,
and
because
figure that out.
but you missed the point. You did all these things to get someone to love you.
Mm.
You didn't do all these things to learn chicken, all that stuff. No, you did all this to find someone to love me. I wouldn't have gone and found out how to do my hair, my face, and all that stuff. All these things are improvement so I can find someone
Mm-hmm.
to look at me
To attract someone to you,
and love
take
me,
care of
to
you.
take care of me and
Yeah.
love me for me.
but you didn't work on you
No,
to figure out how you could take care of someone else.
exactly. Because you were missing so many things growing up that all you know is I just want someone to love me for who I am. And
So
you
you
may not
missed
know who
that.
you are.
You missed that synergistic relationship between the mom and the dad.
Yes.
So where dad gives, mom takes, mom gives, dad takes. Right?
exactly.
It's always a. It's not. It doesn't seem like the same give and take, right?
Mm-mm.
But it's always an equal exchange, right?
Always. And then don't throw in that equation of the mother and the daughter relationship, which
Mm-hmm.
could be very tricky. Because
Mhm.
now you get the mother and daughters, the mama may feel a certain way, like, your daddy ain't here. And now again, she has to look at this young lady who reminds her of the guy who dropped her, the guy who broke her heart. So now you're gonna treat her a certain way. You would think you would treat her like I don't want nobody to treat you like I was treated. But now
Yeah.
it's an animosity, it's like you're competing against her. It's like, I survived this, so you should survive it too. You like I'm putting a roof over you. You like I'm doing this. So now this girl's like, damn, I'm competing with my mama. Why the fuck I'm competing with my mama? Mom, you supposed to be telling me the way. You supposed to be showing me the vision. You supposed to be helping me down the road.
Right.
But now you're competition. Why the hell I'm competing against you? Because your mama's fucked up. Your mama never dealt with her issues wherever they were. So now she passes on to you. That's generational trauma. You're passing down to that young lady.
Absolutely.
So now this young lady's
Absolutely.
like, I just need to get the hell up out of here. I need to find somebody. So she's going to do all that so she can find somebody. Just so I can get the hell out of here, I ain't got to hear that bullshit. But now you
Mhm.
got to deal with a dude who's going through trauma because his
Because
daddy may
yeah,
not been
you
there.
only attracting a male who kind of running and looking for love, kind of the same way you are, but neither one of y'all know how to take care of each other.
Nobody knows the true meaning of love. Love to them is tangible.
Mm.
Love is money.
Okay.
Love is things.
Mhm.
Love is clothes. Love is buying
Like
makeup.
going out and having fun activities, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all that's
Yeah.
love to them. But for intangible, it's just like, you know what? I'm just going to cuddle. I'm just going to hold you. We're just going to look at a
Mhm.
movie. Nothing else. You're going to spend
Yeah.
time together. We're just going to show quality time. I'm going to listen to you. You're going to listen to me.
We're gonna plan this life together.
We're going to plan it.
Yeah,
And
we're gonna
again, we
figure it
both-
out together. We're gonna talk about the stuff that aches you, the things that make you happy, the things that you want to do,
Yes.
where you want to be at in life. What's your goals? What's your highs? What's your lows? Tell me about your cousin's old adventures and stuff. Like, now I want to know everything about you. That's love. I want to protect your mental space. I want to get into your mental space.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely your piece.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
you're spiritual. And the other, yes, you're definitely
No,
the piece.
I'm definitely it.
And spiritually, there's so many people who are broken spiritually. So many people are just broken spiritually.
I don't think that people are broken spiritually. I think there's a lot of people who aren't built up spiritually.
Yes.
Like they don't have it.
No, they don't.
Like, yeah, like I think that, especially kids that's looking like 21 and under out here. I mean, there's a lot of children who are not being brought up and with the foundation of any principles.
yes.
Let me say that.
Yes, and you have to have some sort of foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you may be brought up in a certain foundation, and you may, waver from that as you get older.
Mhm.
But at least you got to have some sort of core value of spirituality where somebody taught you.
Yes.
But if you have none,
Yeah, it's just like giving your child a tablet at birth, sending them through school,
Mhm.
signing them up for sports after school. I mean, you can be doing what, most people would perceive as doing everything well, but you are giving them no spiritual guidance or
And, oh,
reference
God,
or
and-
foundation. And
yep,
that's a problem.
huge problem.
Because that's supposed to be the foundation, the thing that motivates you and allows you to go out and do everything that it is that we're doing.
Exactly.
Like you said, also, when you stray away from what you know, it's the reference point that brings you back.
Yes.
It's the thing that guides you every day.
Mhm.
The things that you stem your decision making off of.
Mhm.
And when that's just not present,
Mm-hmm.
like she referenced it, is the foundation shaky? No, absent.
Oh my
There are a
God.
lot of people, especially younger people,
Mhm.
because remember the generation before these folks, right? The grandparents would talk to,
Mhm.
the youth about I'm going to go with the Bible.
Yes.
But that's not just it across the board.
Yeah, but you
Whatever you want to
something,
do,
yes.
yeah, do you. Yeah, it was your grandmothers who or even great aunties,
Mhm.
who would sit down the younger children and do Bible studies with them, or make sure all the kids get themselves dressed, and grandma coming to pick you up to go to church type of thing, and she
Mhm.
gonna take you out after. It was just a nice time to kind of bond with grandma also, but she definitely, because moms were tired and moving and grooving and
Mhm.
acting like they had too much going on.
Yeah.
Cook and clean.
That's who
The
talk-
grandmothers.
That's what I'm about to say.
Y'all
Your
try-
grandmother's your aunt. That's who talk.
Yes, that is true. But
Yeah.
think about
So that's
today's.
missing.
Mm-hmm.
Think about today's grandmothers. You got grandmothers you got people with grandmothers probably about 40 in some cases.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, but more than the fact that they're so young means that they're still in the workplace, and that's sort of
Exactly.
like, I reference this being in America because it's a capitalistic nation,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Everything
Yes.
is based. So even the way we want to take care of our elders, sometimes you can't really give them the best care because you can't afford to,
You sure can.
right? And so the very idea that you have children young, your mother's still working, your grandmother's still working,
Mhm.
you're like, my grandmother was still working.
Mhm.
When I was coming up as a grandchild,
Mhm.
we certainly had lots of time with grandma, but grandma was the first person's and also oversaw what mom's household was doing. Are you
Mhm.
taking them kids to church? Are you reading the?
Yeah,
Are you?
you're right about
they
that.
always in the
Yes, they
background
were.
yelling at their children.
Mhm.
Making sure that they're doing the things that need to be done. But it seems like nowadays, no nobody. My mother ain't saying nothing to me in my household. What? Your
Mhm.
mother can't say nothing to you in your household? What?
Mhm. Yep.
How do
Because
we get there?
the mindset changed. The way we think, the way we teach the kids have changed.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was more of a I won't say control. It was more of a you showed them the way. The older generation showed you the way.
Yes.
And the gain respect from that. You respected your grandparents.
Yeah.
It was like you wouldn't go around them and curse. You
No.
never thought in your million years you
No.
wouldn't say a
I
curse
mean,
or a damn.
curse like a sailor.
A sailor.
A straight, full-blown sailor.
Yes.
Get to grandma's house. It is those are the furthest words from my mouth.
I never thought what curse words. I don't even know what
I
that
like
means.
y'all don't even know those words here.
None.
And it's like the snap on, snap. And I mean, I could get out her threshold and sailors present.
Yep.
Like the threshold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's back.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The level of respect.
You just said it. Respect. A
Uh-huh.
lack of respect.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that go wrong at? Because everybody wanted to become friends. But nobody never wanted to become parents and actually do the hard work necessary to do that. I don't want to go through, but I want them to feel like I felt growing up. Well, you didn't get your ass whipped like we got
Mhm.
growing up either.
Mhm.
Nobody hit you with everything they can get their hands on. Extension cords, belts, shoes, bricks. So that never happened. So you're not going to do that now. So okay, that discipline was not going to happen.
Mhm.
But then you took it to a point. You took it all the way down to like, I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to do this. And now you let a kid just go astray and just say anything to you. Talk back to your grandma.
Yes.
Say stuff.
I will agree.
Slapping the lips. So
I will agree on that.
you have to say, I have to give you discipline. You have to get respect. You're gonna
Mhm.
respect me.
Mhm.
I don't care what they do in your friend's house or your cousin's house.
Yep.
I don't give a damn.
Nope.
If your cousin comes here, I'm whipping his
Yep.
ass. I'm gonna choke his ass out. Like
Yeah.
I choked you out, I'm gonna choke
Yeah.
his ass out. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
You walk in the door.
Yeah.
Yep. You both will
Yeah.
be laid out in the corner. Both of
You
y'all
know,
gonna be
cousins
had.
do everything together.
There you go.
Yeah, y'all get your ass whooped together
You
too.
get your ass whipped
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
You're both gonna have ice packs outside your goddamn head. I'm knocking both of your asses out.
And you're not a good cousin unless we get beat together.
We get knocked the hell out, wake up together. You say, remember that time we got concussions together? Yeah, I remember that too.
Remember that time when Auntie called us such and such? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Oh
that.
well, I mean that's what cousins do. You go through everything together. But absolutely.
So and so that's the problem now. So, we need to get back to controlling respect. And respect isn't about beating anybody up or choking anybody down. You carry yourself in such a way that you respect it.
Mm-hmm.
You act a
Absolutely.
way so people respect you.
Absolutely.
You ain't got to go out there and tell your cousins and your little cousins or your friends for your kids certain things. They respect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I respect Auntie Tamara.
And you start early.
Yes.
You start early, and you love on them,
You love them.
right?
Yes.
Respect also includes a bit of love to it too, right?
It does. It really
yeah,
does.
they respect me because they also love me, and I love back on them.
And you're not just every time you're not just chastise them.
Yeah, respect. You
time.
respect them also.
Yes.
That's a big key with respect in children is that children at all ages
Yes.
want to feel respected.
Yes.
You trash talking, smack talking a kid, they feel that.
Yes,
They don't
do.
feel respected. They don't want to be around you. They don't want to come to your house. They don't even want to look at you because
No.
you're disrespectful. And you think because it's a child that it's okay. It's
And-
not.
It's not okay, and those kids grow up.
Yes.
And they never forget that.
They
and then you wonder
never.
why they. Well, he'll never. He should never come on and talk to
Because
me.
people don't forget how you made them feel.
Nope.
They forget the stuff that you said to them. But disrespect resonates with a certain feeling, right?
Yep.
You disrespect me, it made me feel
Mm-hmm.
a certain way.
Yes.
I had negative feelings that day. He messed me in my core. It threw me
Mhm.
off.
Yes.
It shifted me
Yes.
negatively.
Yes. And so,
Now, I remember that.
but you know what you just said? That disrespect as a little kid continues to grow with
Mhm.
them.
Mhm.
So when they get older,
Because you continue it.
and so now
That
that
same aunt going to keep on disrespecting that child.
Yep.
As they get older and older. And sometimes they don't even realize that those are not children anymore.
Nope, you still that little knucklehead. So
Yeah.
keep calling
No,
you
they're
nicknames.
21.
21 years
They're
old.
24. What do you like? He has a wife. You
Yes.
talking trash in front of his wife. No, see now you need to be slid. See, but
Yep.
but now you old.
Yep.
Now you old, and they talking about you can't slide auntie. Oh, okay. She
yeah.
needs to watch her mouth.
Watch her mouth.
Yeah, because it's disrespectful.
And that kid now, that young adult now has to deal with these issues, these obstacles you put in their life.
Little
So-
quirks for no reason.
All the time you trying to, and the other thing is these kids don't know where to go to solve them, which means they have to solve it on their own. So now you're like, well, I don't know why he's so messed up. Well,
I
what
mean,
is the
unless
kid
your
doing?
auntie is like Iyanla, you probably don't have nowhere to kind of
No.
go to solve.
Think
Like,
about
I
it.
mean, y'all need Von Zahn in your life. What's her name? Like,
Exactly.
I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah.
man, if we all had an auntie like that, we'd be straight.
You be straight, but
Yeah,
you have
but
a
you don't.
whole dysfunctional group of aunties and uncles who all, and you can see they're still dysfunctional, and you're like, God damn, and you just see
They just pass time. That's how
time.
they got to adulthood. Pass time.
and
Yeah.
you're like, I don't want to be like them, and then so now you go out there and you end up in bad relationships. You really ain't had no role model. If those were your role models, I'm surprised you're still living with those knuckleheads.
What you end up doing is you end up kind of living the lifestyle that's familiar to them.
So now,
So
you're
now
in-
you do go
Yep.
to them for advice now because you're
Yep.
like, tell me why to not continue to do what you've been doing, so to speak.
and you can't. So now, as we started in the very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
you have a whole bunch of people in a pissy pool because now you went from one generation of pissy pool to a new generation of pissy pools,
Mm-hmm.
and you just continue it. So now it's generational of pissy pools,
Yeah.
and you're wondering why things don't get no better. But the pool gets worse and worse with each generation because the more, again, it starts to
Ouch.
break down. So
Yeah.
now, before you like, oops, I pee in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
To I had an accident in the pool
Mm-hmm.
to fuck, I'm gonna pee in the pool.
Now it's a swamp.
shit in the pool.
Now that's what we supposed to do
That's what
here.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna have,
It's a
I'm just gonna piss in
swamp.
the goddamn pool, and that's where we are. And then it's gonna get to a point where everybody just walking the pool with just pissing in the pool, not even in the pool, just going before they even get in the pool, just going and peeing in the pool. So you got people in the pool just doing it, and then you got people just on. It's a piss pool, and then you go and then, so now you have an absolute toilet bowl,
Mm-hmm.
and this is how these kids are growing up,
Mhm.
and how they making decisions based on the pissy pool.
Mm.
God damn. You know what? That was so bad that we just gotta do better, y'all. We really, really, really got to do better. And that means you have to look at yourself. You have to really, really look at yourself and make a change.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said before, little changes. Because you didn't just start.
Always start small
Always
because
start
you
small.
can't do nothing big overnight. That's
You
dumb.
can't. You
Yeah.
really can't. You can't be eating hog maws all the time. Don't say, I'm gonna cut out hog maws. No, you got just start eating part of the hog maws. Cut down how the
Just don't have
tiny-
as much of it.
Yes, exactly.
Just don't have as much.
and
Man.
do better. So, with that, peoples, we're wrapped up another beautiful conversation. T, girl, always a pleasure.
Been real as usual.
Oh my God.
Off the hog mugs. We're
Don't
gonna close
hog
it off
maws.
with that one today.
So, peoples, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back with you with another episode on the mic with the M&T. Peace and blessings. And do damn better every day. You wanna add something there?
That was good for me. See you
We out.
later.
Peace.